Photographers are like the yellow lines on the road. They divide humanity against themselves. They're yellow in the face area, and I enjoy stepping on them. It doesn't mean if 5 of them came to me for help, I'd refuse.
All I want is the perfect camera. All I want is the perfect camera.
We're on the Canon R8, 24mm Tony 1.4 in old movie mode. I apologize in advance for the seizures you're about to have. The cinema's ours. Casey just bought an FX3 with a Sigma 35mm 1.4 art lens. I am sorry to hear that. I'm mostly just going to be doing talking head stuff. I know it's not a Zeiss, but it's my first lens. What do you think? Yeah, you did bad things. Any other you would recommend so I can get that cinema look? Just go into old movie mode. You moron. Not too much Tana. I thought I wanted a zoom lens, but I found your channel and thinking twice about it. No 3D pop. I'll tell you that much. My advice is to stop looking. You already have it. You have the sharpest lens ever made, 35mm 1.4. I tried it in Thailand once. I was blown away until I learned about 3D pop and realized I had none on a Sigma lens. And now we're in old movie mode and nobody gives a shit. The worst thing about a 35mm lens is you're in nowhere's land. Once you have that prime, you're looking, hey, I want to complement this, but it's in the middle of nowhere. If you get a 24mm, it's almost the same thing. It's like, it's so close. Why would you really own both? You pick one. I think I prefer the 24. If you're also going higher, it's like 50. You're almost there, man. Like, what? You have to jump to 85mm to like notice a difference, or get something like an ultra wide, one of those zooms, 16 to 35, you know what I mean? Or since you're a Sigma shooter, you get the 14 to 24. So cheap. Not cheap at all. But if you feel like springing for the unnecessary, I would recommend a Zeiss Batis 85mm 21.8 or the Zeiss 135mm 2.8. But other than that, like the Zeiss 55 1.8, it's a fantastic lens. I would sell the Sigma for that if you could. And just like, the reality is no one cares. You already have something that looks way too goofy with the ultra blurred background. You're approaching my area with Tony Northrick. We're just hanging out. Nobody can see where we are. We're desperate for help, but nobody can locate us because they can't see any, they can't pinpoint, and I'll leave. Not before switching effects, of course. We're in dream effect now. Take it to the bank. Hey Casey, I'm neither a photographer nor a videographer, so what are you? A lesbian? I'm just a dude with a camera. I have a question for your next Q&A. Do you really need to adhere to the rule that your shutter speed needs to be double your frame rate for video, or is it just something videographers believe to justify their ND filter purchases? I appreciate your input. To answer this question, we must travel out into the world to show you what harsh sunlight does and which is better. After all, I think we'll learn something. Oh, hi there. Name's Jack Buckingflap. Thank you for coming to my online tutorial. If you've noticed that you somehow pirated this costly class, then have yourself arrested immediately. So when it comes to shutter, it's the most important and the least important rule. Yes, it looks better when you're properly shutter exposed and you're motion blurring, but if you move like this, it's okay. If you start jittering, yeah, I get it. But here's what people don't think about. Right now, we're wide open, 21.4, aperture priority. It looks okay, right? For a talking head, like ignoring the top-down raccoon lighting. We're here, we're having fun, we're at a dumpster. I took you to your favorite dumpster, we're good. Watch what happens when I switch into shutter priority to be proper. Oh, thank God. We now have friendly motion blur. This is the best. Oh, I'm doing things properly now. Everything's so great. I'm following the rules. Schools taught me to do this. Everybody, the government says this is what you should be doing. It looks so much worse. Most cameras, after like Tony 9 or so, they go into contrast detect phase. I don't know if The R8 is one of those things. But like, what is it? What's on me? It's my own sweater. It's just a string from my own sweater. It just looks so ghetto and cheap. Like, I'm not saying you always gotta blur the background out to oblivion, but sometimes when you go too far, it heads into distraction. Oh God, this is a tutorial, right? You paid for this. Diffraction territory, and everything gets soft, and I see my comrades do it all the time. Let's switch back out just so you can see it. The 3D pop life style. Are you seeing it? It just looks better. These little motions don't matter, especially if you're not Italian and you're just like kind of talking here. Where's the motion to even blur in this situation? Like, especially if you're at home just talking and it's like actually this. Wow, that looks terrible. Oh, wow, that lighting. I should not have done this outside. I should have pointed right on that one. He's so backlit right now, it's not even funny. So like, this is gonna look better. I don't care what your college or government says. You stop down the Tonys, you choose it. You could even stop it down. You don't have to be like stupid about it. 2.8. That's not bad. So it's like, I'm not trying to blur it to oblivion, but you need some separation, and you don't want diffraction to completely soften your lens worse than any ND filter or glimmer glass could do. 24, you could do it. You can get by with 24 in your life. 5.6 is possible in some cultures. But like, we were at Tony 22 Tonys in your living room. Which one will be arrested first? Because the other 21 will follow soon. I'll tell you that much. Expose however you want, with shutter like a pro, like I do. Old Case says it's okay. I mean Jack. I'm Jack. Welcome back. I still haven't actually answered that last loser's question. So future me has already done it for you, but for me it hasn't happened yet. So let that sink in. You saw the future me before me once. Sir, we're in memory mode now. Sir, one question, which is better, phone camera or DSLR camera in same price? This is quite the conundrum. You boggled my mind and I had to go research a bunch, and I was like, because there's two phones. There's only two phones worth getting. Obviously, Huawei Pura 70 Ultra, Xiaomi 14 Ultra. Those are the two. No iPhones. You're a sheep, bitch. Steve Jobs took your job and married your mom. If it was me, so like, those are not cheap. I just saw the Huawei's discounted slightly, so it is $22.58 Canadian, and the Xiaomi is $15.25. So like, if you're looking, okay, I'm gonna take that money, put it into a camera instead, you're looking low level, because you need a lens too. So like, you are actually looking Sony a6400. Disgusting. With the Sigma 16mm 1.4, $17.99. So it's more money than the Xiaomi, less than the Pura. Would it even be better if you were doing obviously this? Oh God, I just caught a glimpse of what I'm doing. The Sigma and the Sony would look much better, like years better. 8-bit, who cares? But the phone would be way more fun and more versatile. If you're vlogging, Sigma too shaky, that would not work at all. There's no IBIS, no lens stab. Good luck. And you have one focal length. But like that phone, 1-inch sensors, super stab, you're zooming, got all kinds of slow-mo, automatic features, Google Maps on there. Like, look at you. You have data? I'm sorry to hear that. Your phone is more than $99 a year? Wow, you're a moron. So, if it was me, you could get the Z30 Nikon 12 to 28. That's $1444. You're saving less than $100 on that phone. I feel like it'll look better, but just in the one moment where you're just like doing a talking head thing, Nikon color science, cool, but so much less versatile. It's not even funny. I don't know, man. I'm leaning phones already. Canon R10 with the RF 10 to 18, 1839. Not bad. It's sandwiched in between the phone prices. Canon Color Science. Not bad. But you can upgrade these things. You can't upgrade your phone, really. You can get like little snap-on filters. So if I'm looking objectively between those, like a high-end smartphone or a low-end mirrorless and lens, what would I rather have? It depends what I'm doing. The mirrorless is going to look much more natural. There's nothing weird about it, over sharpened images, saturation cranked up. It's going to just look nice, decent. You get some background blur, good autofocus. But like for me, I would go phone just because it's fun. Phone fun. It rhymes. Fun. You say one word, fun. We are now in dramatic black and white. These only work in 1080p, by the way. Thanks, Canon, for absolutely nothing. And these are basically Fuji film sims. This is Canon's idea so far of, we can also do Fuji film. No, you can't at all. What's your favorite slow-mo video you've ever taken? I don't know that I have one. I love them all. There's always moments. Every little review I've done where there was a little segment of slow motion stuff, whether it was a street pigeon or some guy walking by with his daughter holding hands, just to music. Is some that stick out to me. For some reason, there's this song that me and my friend made together, that Walking Backwards song, and so many times I put that music on. The clips are all in order. I don't switch anything, and then it just goes together so well. It's just the universe melding everything together. Like, you can't plan these things, where it's like little dog will turn sideways and it's like, and he's sideways, and it's just like, wow, that fits so well. Another one of my favorites was the subtle music video I made for my vegetable police audience that appreciates creativity. It was just like street videography, slow-mo, some super dramatic moments, and that song, love that song.
They lied to my face because it's settled. They wonder why we lost so many mothers. We stepped in one too many puddles. We turned to hell.
But honestly, any of those little segments, you look back, it's like, those are good moments. When people say like, what work have you done? Where can I see your work? Mr. YouTuber, do you have it published somewhere? Every video I've made is work. It's art. So it's all in there. Just the video I made yesterday, the Pura 70 Ultra. Will I buy that with all those ridiculous half-screen slow-mo where I'm like pretending to punch people and fly at them, and like that was hilarious to me. So like that's my new favorite. Every now and then I'll get this comment that says something like, what is your obsession with slow-mo? You're the only one on earth that wants it. And I'm like, what the hell are you talking about? Where's the obsession? I love it, and that's what I want. What else can a camera do that's fun? Like, wow, you're filming this, you're doing these ridiculous modes. Should be my new obsession. Canon film sims. Cameras can only do like nothing. They record, or you can slow it down for super fun slow-mo, and it's like, oh, that's fun. It's like, what else is there? That's the only fun thing you can even do with a camera. What else? Speed it up. Okay, time lapses, those are cool. It's not my thing. That's you waiting outside for 20 minutes to get some clouds skating by. You're a loser. But whenever I get a comment like that, I'm just like, sorry for being creative and thinking outside the box. What could I do with slow-mo and adding it to my vlogs to make some fun times? Whenever I go on a little travel vlog, I like to just film some slow motion of the people. You get to feel the emotion of the town. It's just like it enhances the video a million times, and people, they're just using like, I'm gonna film my coffee, bro. That's not magic. There's nothing magic. You're just tired. You needed stimulants, and like you have poor lifestyle choices. That's not magic and art. It's just you failing at life. That's So when people say, like, no one else wants it, I'm sorry y'all suck with your mind and you can't think of anything fun to film with slow motion. And I'm here wanting more and more and make it easier, more fun. And slow motion is the truth that I will not let go of ever. All right, we're back in regular, faithful, boring mode. Since no creativity is allowed, might as well just be in a box. Should I get a box instead of a chair? Your prison is not my world. Last question here. iPhone 15 Pro with DJI gimbal versus DJI Pocket 3. Thoughts? The gimbal is cheaper than a Pocket 3. I already have an iPhone. You're a moron. There's so many things wrong with this sentence of yours. Phones don't need gimbals. They're more stable than anything we have. Why would you have a gimbal? What's wrong with it? What mode are you using that just, oh, this is too shaky. This GoPro level stave is just not enough. Should I get a gimbal? You should get a ham sandwich and shove it up your ass. I've done it. Subscribe to Vegetable Police. So it's like, of course not. None. Your answer is no. You don't need gimbals. I remember when Hohem sent me a gimbal for my Huawei, and there was one use case scenario for it. When you go into the special effects modes like we were doing this whole time, that guy, that's what we've been doing. Special effects. If you want to use something like that, on my phone, for some reason it took stave off, which allowed a huge crop to stop cropping. And so it was like ultra mega wide. And then I used the gimbal and it sucked. It wasn't even stable at all. Does iPhone even have something like that where you can turn off stave and then it's not cropped in anymore? If that's the case, I don't know. It's still a gimbal. I hate gimbals so much. Do you have to balance it? You shouldn't. That's the thing I hate most about gimbals. Like, once you have auto balancing, then maybe we'll talk. But until then, no. For the phone, it should just be a snap-on thing, but then you're bringing that. What are you going to do with it after? In the pocket? Yeah. In a bag? In your car? Sell your car to a child. But honestly, I hate gimbals. I hate the Pocket 3. That it is a gimbal itself, and it's just annoying. I can't wait for someone to replace it. Who's going to do that, though? Nobody's like aiming for that market because smartphones have basically taken that up. They all have 1-inch sensors now. So it's like, maybe that's my next thing. The Huawei or the Xiaomi. Who knows? But I would love a Sony ZV-2 that actually tried, or a Canon serious attempt. I heard they're coming out with like a V10 Mark II already. What a fail city that thing was. Like, what's your Mark II gonna have? The guy was like, it has HD 120. I wanted to punch the screen, but I would have been the one who lost with my broken screen. So, no. Get the Pocket 3. I think it's better than the iPhone. Your iPhone sucks. 4K 60 without even the log. Or is there? I don't even care. I'll leave now. How you doing? Are you subscribing? Do you agree with everything I said? And are you buying each thing I listed through affiliate link? Purchase links. Subscribe, moment. Say next.